Everybody loves little Billy Goat pieces. Little Billy Ball Bunny. Little black baby Billy
I only love little Billy Ball pieces. I only like little Billy Ball pieces. Is that my cutest little Bellby?
And then take her to 7. And this one day, I picked her up at Montessori. And as we walk the stairs, she goes, you know, she
Bring me down. Where you guys go? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, believe.
And she asked me what the word spit meant. And I go, why? Where do you hear that? And she goes, whatever you call the house. John says that.
Like they do those
Oh, shit. Now, what was your ex-wife's nationality, by the way?
She's a white
She's a white girl, okay.
Good people, good family.
I love how people have to clarify white people. Like, so they're good people. We cause so much trouble. Okay, so he says that your daughter's asking you what that means.
So, now, let me tell you something. About this day, I had a good friend named Fred. He was a Vietnam vet. We had met in 1985, summer of 85 in Boulder. Now it's 95 and we're dear friends. For some reason, for years I thought Ed was a medic in Vietnam. Ed was alert. Ed was one of those guys that cut your ear off and collected it and shit in Vietnam. So I would see Ed at night. Ed would come to watch me do comedy in Boulder, places, you know, like, I think there was a poetry shop that we did comedy at. And I would meet Ed, give him a couple of bucks, and smoke a joint with him. So Ed knew what I was going through, my pain. So Ed's like, let's just fucking kill him. You know, Ed's like, I don't know why you're going through
Oh, little
this.
Bella.
I go,
You want your princess?
we
Get restricted? She was
take
strict.
him to Chicago Park,
Oh, yeah.
and we rub him down with maple syrup, and we'll let the bears eat him. They eat everything. They'll eat his elbows, they'll eat everything. We rub him down with maple syrup, and we'll let the bears eat him. They thought Ed was a medic in Vietnam. Ed was alert. Ed was one of those guys that cut your ear off and collected it and shit in Vietnam. So I would see Ed at night. Ed would come to watch me do comedy in Boulder, places, you know, like, I think there was a poetry shop that we did comedy at. And I would meet Ed, give him a couple bucks, and smoke a joint with him. So Ed knew what I was going through, my pain. So Ed's like, let's just fucking kill him. You know, Ed's like, I don't know why you're going through this. I go, do we shoot him? Do we bury him? He goes, no, we don't. We take him to Chicago Park, to the top, and we rub him down with maple syrup, and we'll let the bears eat him. They eat everything. They'll eat his elbows, they'll eat everything.
You guys cover him in syrup, just tie him up so he can't run, and then the bears are gonna eat him. Jesus.
Put a gag in his mouth, break his jaw so he can't talk, and let the bears eat him. I mean, that's how crazy I was.
Oh my.
I thought Ed was a medic in Vietnam. Ed was alert. Ed was one of those guys that cut your ear off and collected it and shit in Vietnam. So I would see Ed at night. Ed would come to watch me do comedy in Boulder, places, you know, like, I think there was a poetry shop that we did comedy at. And I would meet Ed, give him a couple bucks, and smoke a joint with him. So Ed knew what I was going through, my pain. So Ed's like, let's just fucking kill him. You know, Ed's like, I don't know why you're going through this. I go, do we shoot him? Do we bury him? He goes, no, we don't. We take him to Chicago Park, to the top, and we rub him down with maple syrup, and we'll let the bears eat him. They eat everything. They'll eat his elbows, they'll eat everything.
You guys cover him in syrup and just tie him up so he can't run, and then the bears are gonna eat him. Jesus. says that and your daughter's asking you what that means.
So, now, let me tell you something.
We've got
About a month
juice.
before this
Yes.
event,
My plan. We now got pulp-free orange juice.
we had met in
I like it with some pulp.
1985, the summer of 85.
We got pulp-free because last time it was
Now it's
fucked.
95.
It says full pulp. I like the one that
On
says some
Christmas,
pulp.
I got this sieve, the little sieve, and I ran it through, and it took like 3 times me running it through because I poured one little, like, it was like a little big tablespoon, and every time I'd pour it in, it'd just sit there at the top, and a few drops would go down, and I'd be like, oh. So I didn't mush it down,
I think there was a poetry
and then it was still pulp. It was ridiculous. The whole thing was just pulp.
A couple bugs and smoke a joint with him. So Ed knew what I was going through by pain. So Ed's like, let's just fucking kill him. You know, Ed's like, I don't know if we're going to do this. I go, do we shoot him? Do we bury him? He goes, no, we don't. We take him to Chautauqua Park, to the top, and we rub him down with maple syrup, and we'll let the bears eat him. They eat everything. They'll eat his elbow, they'll eat everything.
You're gonna cover him in syrup and just tie him up so he can't run, and then the bears are gonna eat him. Jesus.
Put a gag in his mouth, break his jaw so he can't talk, and let the bears eat him. I mean, that's how crazy I was.
Oh my
That's
God.
how crazy I was. This is why I help you.
That's what you can do that.
And you have no idea that you are.
That's what he was gonna do to his ex-wife's fucking boyfriend.
I've never heard Eddie syrup on a motherfucker.
I'm telling you, we want to put syrup on this motherfucker and let the bears and tigers eat it.
That's fine. Everybody do it. They eat everything, they eat elbows, there'll be nothing left. There'll be nothing left. There'll be no evidence, there'll be no elbows.
And the reason why I remember Boulder Park because there's a little, not a grave site, like a memorial. And I remember that day it was Joe Welsh's daughter. Joe Welsh, the guitar player for the Eagles, lived in Boulder, and his daughter's house lived in Boulder. And he made a special little thing for her. I'll never forget this day for some reason.
High on soaps already.
And I remember thinking, like, wow, this is crazy that, you know, somebody's gonna end up in a fucking grave over an argument about a kid, you know, about a child. And somebody's gonna die over this. Either I'm gonna go to jail for life, or he's gonna die, and I'm, you know,
All yours.
not good. And I remember getting in the car at like 6:30, and I had to meet her at St. On this particular day, they switched the meet from Boulder to Safeway. It was outwards a little more.
The whole place is ransacked.
And I'll never forget that when I was out on bail for kidnapping, they made me do community service, and I did it at the AIDS place. And in '85, AIDS was not a popular thing.
Yeah.
There was always a cop would always talk to him. And I was telling him what I was going through also with my wife. So all this is in play. I'm driving the thing and I'm like, Jackie, are you sure that it said the word spit and you didn't hear this somewhere else? And she's like, no, Dad, I heard it from him. I thought it was like a funny word or something. I'll never forget pulling up at Safeway. I go, Jackie, we go talk to John. I got out of the car and I walked up to John. I go, John, I don't want any problems.
I want any problems.
A 5-year-old girl in the car.
I don't want any
And
problems.
she says that you use the word spit.
Alright, go right through this door, is this the
Is
way?
it true? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking
Don't
about.
get anything
He's
from
like,
the
there's
vending
the
machine?
mile of therapy. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, dog, listen. Spit is an East Coast word. This is Boulder, Colorado. Nobody uses this fucking word. Just man up and tell me you did it, and we'll move on. And he goes, I feel threatened. I'm going to call the police. I go, why would you feel threatened if you didn't say it? Did you say it? He goes, I'm going to call the police. I go, before you call the police, I got something for you. And I just smacked him open-handed with everything I had. Fucking 5 years.
He's sitting in the car.
No, he's standing up. He's outside. He went shopping for something. I called him as he was bringing the groceries back. So he was putting them in the car. And he's like, where's Jack? Where's Jack? And I'm like, before that, I got to talk to you. And he goes, I'm going to go inside and call the police. I feel uncomfortable. It was 5 years of aggravation. I smacked him with an open hand to make it even worse for him. That's the biggest insult in my world. Not a punch to the face.
Yeah, slapping
Because
him.
the man is smacking him. I just slapped him open-handed. I slapped him so hard that he lost his footing. He's like, what? That's it, I'm calling the police. I go, before you call the cops, I got one more for you. And I got him, so I got him with a double whammy, right? I'll never forget some lady was up the corner and she yells, I'm calling the police. I'm like, go fuck yourself, you fucking cunt. This was like 5 years, 4 years of torture these two idiots had put on me, 3.5 years. So sure enough, the cops come, but because there's a God up in the sky, guess who was the passenger cop? The
Your
cop
buddy
that
from Safeway.
was
No way.
from the AIDS place.
No way.
So he came to me. The other cop came to me. I told him my story first. He knew the story with John. They put us together. Then they separated us. Then they decided to give me a ticket for both of us to appear as a summons. They didn't charge me with anything. Okay? We both go to court, and at court, I walk into court, and who is it? It's the judge that sentenced me.
Nah.
Now he's a civil judge. So they turned this into like a house thing, like a domestic situation thing, I think. So I had always written the judge letters. I'm a letter writer. I wrote the judge a letter when he sentenced me, thanking him for putting me in jail. And I wrote him letters every month. Thank you. I'm the #1 convict in this facility. I eat all my corn, whatever.
I eat all my corn.
I got into stand-up comedy. I got my GED. I would write him letters every month. So he knew what was going on. He was prepared already.
That's interesting.
So when he walked in, him and my wife.
So he had a legit backstory. He knew your backstory. That's something a judge never does because you're just a stranger to a judge.
Who the fuck you think you're dealing with?
Yeah.
Joey Bananas, baby. So fucking, the judge, they're in court yelling. They even bring, they're so
Who's they? Who's yelling?
My ex-wife, her boyfriend, they're so desperate. They bring the arresting officer on the kidnapping case in to talk on their behalf. I'm bad for the community and shit. They didn't know I was talking to this judge the whole time.
Yeah.
Me and this judge.
They're like trying to fucking talk shit about him to the judge, and the judge is talking to him.
Who the fuck I think you're dealing with?
And then this is the best. He walked into court with a black eye because he slapped him, you know, and he was fucking slapping him and shit. He had a black eye and shit, and he's going into the court.
So
this is the best.
rips up the summons.
Yeah, he rips it up. He's like, fuck you. The judge rips it up.
A Boulder County law. You can't use a racial slur in the city limits.
Is that right?
I smacked him one block.
Because he called him a spit. He's like, you fucking Spanish spit.
It got thrown out of court.
And so then that's why he slapped him. And then they said you're not allowed to use a racial slur. Like, you got what was coming to you. If you fucking call someone a nigger, like, what do you think will fucking happen?
The judge looked at my wife and he goes, weren't you in here a couple of years ago singing his praises? Now you want to come in here and tell me he's a bad guy? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The next time you miss a visitation, I'm going to fine you $1,000 and throw you in jail for contempt of court. So she starts crying.
Because they were trying to steal his kid from him. Like, oh, you can't see her this weekend. And he goes, the next time you do that, so that he can't see him, you're going to jail.
100-yard walk to the car.
That's filth, bro. And because they got two thugs to go beat him up. And he beat both of them up. And he goes, trust me, he's not fucking, like, he's not eating normal anymore. He's like, I fucking stomped on his jaw so many times, the guys that came to beat him up. But he looked and took their driver's license because he fucking crunched them. So he took their wallets. And then he looked at the driver's license and said Iowa. And he goes, oh no, Idaho. And then he goes to the boyfriend, like his ex-wife's boyfriend, and goes, aren't you from Idaho? And then he just left because he's like, I know you just fucking set me up, like, to get beaten up by these two cunts. Like, I'm the daughter's father, and you're getting people to beat me up and shit, and calling me a squeak and shit.
Tell your husband I used to put up your ass with carrots. Tell him I call her Kathy Carrots and all this shit.
Kathy Carrots.
I didn't put a carrot in her ass. But I had a fucking, you know,
I had to fuck with him. To just fuck with him. How fucked is that way? So Jackie, his older daughter, she's like 20 something, like, she would be watching this video now. You know, that's fucked. Imagine knowing all that shit, your stepdad and your mom, you're like, and then your dad is this famous dude that everyone fucking loves and buys his books and t-shirts and shit. For the rest of your life. For the rest of your fucking life, cuz fuck that. Bro. Everyone knows your dad is a legend and everyone knows your parents are fucking, your mom's a fucking bitch. Like, the world knows that your mom is a bitch and you have to live with it.
She was crying.
Yeah.
She was upset.
Yeah.
I saw my stepdad beat up a guy when I was 6, and I was jumping up and down. You know what I'm saying? That was my world.
Yeah, right.
That was my world. This little girl, this isn't her world now. So all these factors contributed. I go, they're trying to put a family together. I'm just here wasting time. Even if I get co-parenting, whatever that's called, mixed, whatever.
It's no parenting, right? Split custody.
Split custody. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, that's it.
What type of father? What type of father?
Get closer.
Let's say I do get what's gonna change? I'm still gonna do coke. There's no woman in this house. No woman that come in and suck my dick. They're terrible women. They just do blow by blow and do, you know. There's no woman, no coke. I have no foundation. I don't go to church. I have nothing. Everybody else together. Now I don't even have time. I prayed on it for about a month, then thought about it. This thing involved there was 3 weddings.
Truck come pick it up. Oh wait, no, you got ammo, you got ammo.
Extended triple run.
I'll swap it there.
I paid my granddaughter for some fun.
Yeah, he did what, all Pacific Northwest and shit.
Yeah, potato run 1, potato run 2, the whole thing. And I said I'm gonna put it in God's hands, and I'm gonna be a comedian, and I'm gonna make her proud. I'm gonna do whatever they told her.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. See, I will prove whatever they told her wrong. I'm gonna prove them wrong. I'm gonna be the best Joey Diaz. He was the best Joey Diaz.
God threw me at the 18. God threw me up with the girl that knows the boy. Now I have a real family. I act like a real man. I'm not a savage anymore. And that's everything. So now we're in June of 95.
I'm writing it down. June 95. Alright, Joey. Yeah, I fucking love you. What an episode. Again, what an episode. One more time, promote everything to Patreon, all that stuff again, please.
Patreon and Uncle Benny's and Point West the whole month of March on Wednesday.
No, it's still going.
Alright, bro.
It's still coming.
37 tickets. You're no danger getting COVID in spaces at our BYOB. It's a great club. I love
Oh,
it.
it's always open. Yeah.
And that's
It's
the
open
only
next
place
week.
I'm going right now, sure.
That's awesome, brother. Well, thank you for making time for this and just
Thank you.
nice to talk to you, brother. I love you. I miss you.
I miss you like now.
Pick up whenever we do next time, June of 1995. As always, Ryan Sickler on all social media, RyanSickler.com. We'll talk to you all next week. This episode of the Honeydew is This episode of the Honeydew is brought to you by all sign-ups for Eaton Hill went to what is it gmail.com.
Finish up here with you. I'll shoot over there and run in the pool for a while, cool off, and I'm out of there by 3:30. They have an old man section. It's perfect. They got fucking, it's kids up to like 11, and then it just drops off. They're old people because if you're 15 and over, you go down the shore.
Yeah, you're not fucking around,
You know?
Yeah.
No, so I'm good at the fucking pool. The shore is a fucking madhouse,
Yeah.
but I'm good at the fucking pool. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Everything is great. I can't complain at all.
Oh, that's always
Healthy.
open too.
Things are going well. I got you back. And
Yeah.
speaking of summer, we're picking up in June
Neck banging here.
of 1990. What year did we start it? What year did we actually start? Your birth
Cliff
year is
Rusty.
what? When were you
Who
born?
the fuck, man? 63.
63. We're
That's
only
Rusty,
30
man.
couple years in. We're only in 1995. I love it. Alright, so June of 95 is where we pick up. You had just talked about, I think you just had your daughter, right? Or no, not 90. No, go ahead. You take it.
June 95 was when I
Shoot.
decided that my relationship with my daughter wasn't going to work out. I had gone up to Detroit and the Jewish Comedy Club, and I met a girl. I had been without a girlfriend for a long time. I was just having little affairs and stuff. But I met a girl in Michigan, and she came to visit me in Boulder right after that. And we didn't know where she was moving to Seattle. So from Boulder, she went to Seattle, like in the beginning of June. And I thought about what was going on in my life at the time, and my wife hooked up with a husband, and, they were trying to start a family, and I wanted to be a comedian really bad. I had my job at the sports betting service. So I said, you know what? Let me go on the road. Let me pack my shit in storage. Give up this apartment. There's no reason for me to pay for this apartment.
You're not done here, soldier! Eat everything that's on your plate! Finish it! You're a Tin Man now! A Tin Man!
Press to shoot a bolt of electricity. Hold and release to create a shocking trap.
You spared it.
It wasn't no mercy. Comstock's men will surely take it.
Do you ever get used to it? The killing.
Faster than you can imagine.
Over here!
You know, those vigors seem very powerful. I'll do what I can to keep you stocked in salts.
Thanks.
Here! Ammo!
Think you can stop me?
Catch, Booker! Booker, I can tell what Slate said bothered you. You showed me. Sometimes you have to do what's necessary to survive.
There's survival. And then there's finding pleasure in the act.
Booker,
Look, you seem like a decent enough sort. That said, less you know about me, the better.
you hold on to this. Catch!
Possession now turns machine and man into allies. Hold and...
Electricity! Arcs and sparks in a bottle. Zeus! is the man who takes a stand for God and sweetest fatherland. But here's the place where we revere the heroes of our city dear. Surrounded! Stop him!
Want to hold on to this?
Thanks.
Gun him down!
Rockets over there!
Get behind him! Move it! Die!
Mr. DeWitt,
The name's Booker.
I'll be certain to attend to that distinction. Booker. When there's a moment when we're not being shot at. If you're interested, I spotted some supplies over there.
Vengeance is mine, saith the prophet.
Patriot!
My aim is true, as my eye is the prophet's. To the sky Comstock bent his knee and saw with holy prophecy.
I understand.
Deadly stampedes captured by
Those wars.
to tame.
When I was younger, I didn't just open the ones I found.
Make it.
I could go wherever I wanted. I always wanted to come back.
To what?
My family.
How do you do that?
Want it?
Whatever it is.
You know how I said I had plenty of time to read? Well, I tried to figure it out. I read literature on physics and other such things.
Yeah? And what did that teach you?
That there's a world of difference between what we see and what is.
Elizabeth?
Done. Look her up there. One of those shock charges.
my sweet Elizabeth. Once he has what he needs, he will leave you alone. What else could you expect from a liar and killer of women?
Comstock.
Father, prophet, whomever you are, I'm leaving and there's naught you can do to stop me.
Oh, sweet child. That's where you are.
Now.
On it! Rockets, be careful!
Do it. Nice!